Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Fork Over the Ring, where we all know the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So today we're going to make one of my favorites. We're going to start off with a sweet honey barbecue Jack Daniel's Hennessy wing. Then we're going to go to a sweet and spicy Hennessy wing. They are so delicious, guys. First, we start off with our whole chicken wings that I'm cutting here. I've actually let these sit overnight in a brine mix. So what that means is that instead of marinating the chicken for flavor, I've put them in a different mixture to give all the salt content that we need to them and increase the moisture inside. Because sometimes frying chicken can dry it out. And there is nothing worse than feeding a man some dry chicken, y'all. Please don't do it. And like I said in my other video, if you feed a man dry chicken, don't tell him I said it. So for our chicken seasoning, we start off with 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of a Bayou seasoning, ground thyme, white pepper, garlic and herb seasoning, a little adobo, a tablespoon of ground oregano, and a little bit of seasonal. Again, guys, remember we have a lot of salt content from our brine, so you do not need a lot of salt for this at all. Also, I always add paprika to it. So you go ahead and we're going to mix all this up together when we're done. And again, if there are any other seasonings that you guys like crushed garlic or anything, go ahead and add it. I did not add it to this one, only because I am going to be adding it to our sauce later. But go ahead and mix your chicken in. Ladies, please do not feel like scared to get your nails dirty or your hands dirty. I keep a nail brush by my sink. So when I'm done with the flour, I'll always go through and I scrub under my nails, guys. It's okay. Make sure you're fine. Get your hands dirty. Good food comes from good love. Good love comes from getting a little dirty sometimes. So next we're going to go to frying our chicken. If you see here, I have basil in my grease that I've been frying. That is my little trick and secret. If you add basil and whole garlic to your frying oil, it actually alters the taste of the oil, which adds nothing but more flavor to our chicken. And as you guys know so far, I'm all about adding as much flavor as possible. So I cook my chicken for about 20 to 25 minutes, just until everything is nice and evenly golden. I love my chicken to be nice and crispy on the outside, but still nice and juicy on the inside. So go ahead and you want to pull those on out. And when you pull them out, you really want to make sure you lay them on something immediately to soak all the oil out of them. I put mine over napkins, but some people do cooking trays or anything of that nature. Anything that has insulation at the bottom to get all the oil. Next, we're going to start with our Hennessy sauce. So I start off with a cup of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of chopped up garlic, 1 tablespoon of a spicy mustard, a half a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I think I'm saying that right. A half a tablespoon of soy sauce instead of salt. I'm sorry. You want to do a little bit of the smoke flavoring. 2 tablespoons of a sweet chili sauce that I have. It's actually really good. You want to do a half a tablespoon of crushed red peppers. And you also want to do about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of ground cayenne red peppers and 2 cups of brown sugar. You want to add those spices. Also, I'm going to add here, guys, you'll see shortly, a jalapeno. I'm going to do a half a jalapeno that I've already gutted and just let it sit in there and my cup of Hennessy. So you really want to add these flavors because it gives us the spicy and the sweet. If you are a Hennessy drinker, you know that Hennessy does have a very distinctive taste. So it really complements well with these other flavors. And if you guys feel like your sauce isn't getting thick enough, like this one right here is perfect. But if you feel like it's not thick enough, you always can add more brown sugar to it because it'll really thicken up really good and give you that look that you're looking for so that you can evenly coat the chicken. So go ahead and let that cook. I let mine cook for about 10 minutes. I pull that pepper out and then I immediately go to ladling over the chicken while it's still hot. Go ahead and shake that baby on up and then we are all done with our spicy and sweet Hennessy wings. The next thing we're going to go ahead and go to after you do all of this for the Hennessy wings are our Jack Daniel wings. So we start off again with the same base. So that's a cup of ketchup, a cup of ground garlic, a tablespoon or teaspoon, I'm sorry, I said cup, teaspoon, I'm sorry guys, teaspoon of mustard, a half a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, the 2 cups of brown sugar, pretty much the same exact sauce that we use for the Hennessy, except for no spices are being used, and so the spices we're replacing with honey. So you add 2 tablespoons of honey, and then you add a cup of Honey Jack. You let those mix on up, and as you can see here, I had to add another little teaspoon for the gram, guys. But you mix that on up until it's nice and thick, as you see here, and then you ladle it over your chicken again. Shake it on up, guys. Add as much as you need. Also, one trick that I do, guys, is I save a lot of my sauces for later to put on salmon or anything else. So this is our finished product. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think below. Also, if you have time, please go ahead and check me out on social media at Dream with Nick on Snapchat and Instagram. And please subscribe, share this video, tell me what you think. If there's anything else that you want to see, you let me know. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And remember, guys, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So cook good, girl.